At peak through the pandemic, my business was making $250,000 a day.
What was required from you specifically in order to keep that happening?
Just like a city needs a first responder, company needs a first responder too. It's like you got to think of your company like a naval ship. It takes a long time for it to turn. It's up to you to find the frame that you want to look at something in. If you recognize somebody, they'll never forget you. And way too many founders and CEOs and entrepreneurs, they don't.
I mean, how much, what was the single year, best year, revenue-wise? Not even profit, just revenue.
67, 70 million.
Wow. Do you know what the single day is?
Somewhere between a quarter and a half a million.
Wow.
At peak through the pandemic, my business was making $250,000 a day on average.
While that's happening, I mean, what was required from you specifically in order to keep that happening?
Ultimately, every business owner or CEO of a company needs to be focused on 3 areas of the company, which is, I would say, the 3 areas that I was focused on the most. Preaching the vision and being the spokesperson. Every business needs a spokesperson. People don't really understand that. A logo is not a spokesperson.
Right.
A person is a spokesperson. That's why they're called a spokesperson. Now, in some cases, people use logos and geckos and shit like that, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, we're comparing apples to apples here, not apples to oranges. Not like me, a personal branded person to a billion-dollar insurance company.
Right.
Insurance sells itself. You have to have it. It's one of those things that you always carry and hope that you never have to use.
Right.
That's the first part, is a visionary, the spokesperson, but you got to be preaching the vision. You got to be out. So, I mean, from 2020 to 2020 to just a month ago or a couple of weeks ago, I went live every single day as the spokesperson for the company. That's what I did. And sometimes you have like a hired person who's doing that for the company, but I've always been my own spokesperson.
Yeah. So if it's not the owner, it's, somebody that's a dedicated face for the company.
Yeah, but the original founder is always going to have the most influence.
Makes sense.
The second thing is product delivery and also just scaling your sales department, if you will. In our case, we like to talk to our customers on the phone for multiple reasons. Does it do more sales? Yeah, but it's because people feel more connected. And for every complaint, there's 1,000 happy people that were happy that they got to talk to somebody on the phone. Scaling up that sales team, that happy sales team, if you will, scaling that sales team was a major part, and just making sure that people felt like you were present. And I was present inside of the company. I think it's different if you're a absentee owner versus a present owner. And that makes sense, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then the third part is like putting out fires, dealing with problems. And ultimately your team or your systems of customer service or FAQs or maybe live streams that you do or posts that you do or emails that you send can sort of act as your gatekeepers. So all of your customers aren't taking up, or even your leads, right? Just people in general. Because once you become successful, everybody else will be trying to vampire suck your time. Not your customers. You'll want to give it to your customers, but you'll have all these other distractions. So trying to limit those distractions and focus on putting out fires within your own organization and not creating, other fires or dealing with problems that aren't yours to deal with, knowing your lane.
Like having team members in place to handle certain things and just kind of letting them do their thing.
Well, at least as an initial barrier, right? Or kind of first responder, if you will.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Every company needs just like a city needs a first responder. A company needs a first responder too. I mean, you as the leader of the company can't legitimately always be 24/7 the first responder.
Right.
But if there's a problem that gets escalated, the chief of police is going to get involved. And it's sort of the same thing with a business. You want to entrust your people, but at the same time, you need to be available if a problem occurs.
Yeah. So you're more or less just like waiting for that urgent stuff that you have to step in on. If you don't have to, then you're probably almost better off just letting the team handle it.
One of the secrets to scaling past 6 to 7 figures, I would say, and then beyond that into the 5, 10, 20 you have to resist the urge to change things in your business because you're going to want to.
Yeah.
And that can be a gift and a curse, right? Sometimes you're not innovating enough. You got to think of your company like a naval ship. It takes a long time for it to turn. It's not a little speedboat.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense. I've heard a lot of people say, like, it's harder to go from your first 100K to your first million than it is to go from your first million to, like, your second, your third, or your fifth million. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you agree with that, or do you think it's not entirely accurate?
I do think it's harder to go from zero to your first million. Less people obviously achieve that.
Right.
Only a small percentage. If you build your business not totally dependent upon you, then more easily scale from 1 to 5 to 10. The other thing is letting people do their job.
Yeah.
If you hire somebody, ask them how they're going to do their job. How can you help me?
Right.
I'm paying you. Far too many founders, when they hire somebody, they overmanage and then sit there and tell them everything that they should do. And my philosophy has always been be direct so people know that you're involved, but also let them have a chance to be able to be the hero.
Yeah. Don't let them be afraid to, use their talents and stuff like that.
And also recognition, man. I mean, I can't tell you how many Rolex watches I've given away.
Yeah.
So much of the expense of my business is compensating and recognizing people. If you recognize somebody, they'll never forget you.
Right.
They'll never forget you.
Yeah, I believe that. That makes sense.
I mean, hello.
Yeah, right. I'm wearing one of those.
Show the people. That means even more when somebody gives you something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I could have paid you that.
Right. And the money would have been gone and forgotten.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. Whatever. Who knows what you do with it?
Right.
But I mean, you'll never sell that.
No.
Unless you get so fucking hard up. But
yeah, it would be a no other option scenario.
Yeah,
I mean, without a doubt. Even if I stopped wearing watches, I wouldn't get rid of it. But I mean, compared to like this thing that I just bought on my own, I mean, maybe eventually I'll get tired of wearing this. I'll say, I'm going to sell this and get something else.
You'll get another watch, but you won't sell that one.
Right, absolutely. I would get more watches. I definitely want to get more watches, but I would never get rid of this watch. I have a hard time some days choosing another watch over this one unless there's like a legitimate reason I don't want to wear this, like I'm going out fishing and I don't want to lose it in the ocean type of thing. Otherwise, it's automatic. You just grab this. I don't know that I've ever had to, maybe I've been wearing this, 2 years now? A year, or well over a year. I think I've only had to set the time on it like once or twice. Because it just gets that much
means
wrist
you only
time.
had it off for 3 or 4 days.
Right.
At max, twice.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
It's about a 72-hour power reserve.
Yeah, this one, it does. Yeah, it definitely does. I remember sitting at the mastermind, we were scrolling through, we were looking at them, and you were like, if you were to get one, which one would you pick? I was like, oh man, I'm getting a Rolex. Right there in that moment, I was like, I knew. I was like, I know this guy. He gives away a lot of these Rolexes. I says, I don't know why he thinks I earned it, but it's coming. So now I better not buy one. I better wait. And that was
you were working in marketing and coaching, not sales, right?
Yeah.
And so your company is usually always sales centric, like especially if you've got a sales centric entrepreneur. Whoever the founder is, the company's going to be more focused on their skills.
Yeah.
So like I'm a sales and marketing guy, so it's like I recognize more the sales team. It's all about the sales team or the marketing team, whatever. But you also can't forget the coaches, the customer service people. You know? And you've seen me give away Rolexes to people who are not in sales because I try to recognize that I can lean more to favoring those type of people. I think the impact that you make on somebody who's not a recognition-driven person, when you do recognize them, is like, whew, you know what I mean? Because salespeople are very recognition-driven.
Right. And it's hard, too, because by what metric, right, do you do the recognition? With sales, I feel like it's just so easy to set a dollar milestone in sales, right? It's like at this point you earn this. Or like an affiliate, when you hit this goal, you're going to get this. But for like a customer support person, there's not really a same type of metric to go by.
Yeah, so but there is. If you step back and look at the big picture, right?
Yeah.
It's like, say you did $67 million in a single year. In customer support, the department ran smoothly.
Right.
In our case, it always has.
Yeah.
And so to me, when I look at that, right, like
Yeah.
it's up to you to find the frame that you want to look at something in. And way too many founders and CEOs and entrepreneurs, they don't look at things through the lens. They tell their own story. They build their own frame. And it's like they justify why not to do things for people, like investing in your company. Like, what does that mean? People always say that.
Yeah.
You should invest in yourself. You should invest in your company. If you have an employee, you buy something nice for them. You do something nice for them. Mm-hmm. Man, that goes a long way, man.
Oh, for
that
sure.
That goes a long way. You know what I mean? People care about gifts and quality time and things like that, like more than fiat currency.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. I mean, I've always even openly like said like to anybody, anytime it's ever come up or it was like relevant to say like, yeah, I like recognition. You know, recognition's like a huge confidence booster, if nothing else, right? You know,
so how can I recognize more people and just create like this like environment where people feel like you've noticed them?
Yeah.
Like for me, interviewing over 1,000 of our clients over a 4.5-year span, there's a lot of people who felt noticed, I would assume.
For sure. I mean, those are even people that are, right, they're not even technically employees of the company. They're just, but they're people that's, you know, still just deserve recognition, huge accomplishment. You know, to be able to have made enough progress to actually be on for an interview.
And again, that's me focused on that first area, which is growth, vision, spokesperson.
Yeah.
And it's marketing, it's messaging, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I can combine that with some sort of recognition loop, and I mean, you have such unlimited user content and stories usually.
Yeah.
Even if you're creating free content, people are getting value.
Right. It's like marketing to your own team, marketing to your own internal ecosystem, not to get more customers, but marketing to keep the morale and keep everything good with the people who are making it all operate. Yeah, yeah. No, that's
This is culture.
genius.
We're talking about culture here.
Yeah.
A culture of growth too, right?
Yeah.
People want to feel like they're growing.
Yeah.
Like they're not stagnant. So give people an opportunity if you have some sort of an event to come, or if you don't, put on one. You know, where people can come and, I mean, our team comes to our events and learns. We've also done things for our team at different phases and places to help, invest in their growth.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's one of those things you never really don't really think about a ton, right? But it's like it's very simple of a concept, but it's a huge deal, like a huge impact.
You gonna have more steak?